Okay, now we are at our fourth movie tutorial, and the last one we generated on the fly model of X and Y classes, and let's look at them. Here you see the X and I classes, and the model class been generated, and I put them here. Okay, the other components that's been generated is the model factory, right? Done for you. All this hard work done for you, as well as the yes, it's on DocEvent. So that tells me I do not need to bother with this DocEvent. Let me show you how that will be done. So I will now just basically undo everything. Okay, if I've undone everything, yep. Click in DocEvent. Let me revert back. So that's really back to the old. Let me check. Now for a programmer to really double check if his code has been tampered with, because there's a star here, you can put it onto a clipboard. Then you can paste here. Create info column strings split. There's some previous work that I did not seems to. Well, I think it's just a comment. There doesn't seem to be any changes, so just leave it there. Okay, and now since this has been generated for you, you look at, if you follow my old tutorial, it says that there is a service component here, and it says that this DocEvent and model has to be copied and put into the manifest. If you go to the manifest, you see it's previous stuff, and you can add this thing there, no problem. So not sure they can go over here. It does not seems to be, so I just leave it that way. All right. Then we will restart it and see work. Basically, it will be initialized, registered by the manifest of the plugin, and you will then call the DocEvent and model factory classes, which we'll call respective. And here's the DocEvent. It will then be here, and here you begin to code your logic here. If it change, which is PO of the change, is all completely done for you, and you don't have to do anything. So this way you begin to start coding. And as I said earlier, okay, let's restart this thing. Have I got everything there? And then just restart. And then we begin to examine our model for the workflow. I'll call up the workflow sample, and we will now generate another model as scripted by the user using the inline scripting on the window of the workflow generator. So here we are waiting for it to come up. So let me put the notes of what actually we are doing. We are restarting the server with a new model, and it's OSGi components registered, as well as examine the subject target model to be generated, which is the I believe is the workflow, and trace its as related elements, so that we can create them via code. All right, so that will be that's what we're going to do now, right? But first, check whether this is really working. So let's put something here. go in, it will restart. The previous one times out. Just click on the continue link, get back in, get to the new workflow generator window. For generation, yes, and now just key in something and save it. Yes, it's working perfectly. This is perfect, right? So we will now code something that will make it do something, and a lot of copy and paste and looking at the previous model. At the same time, I want to show you that you want this workflow generating window to be under the new menu. That's really easy. Go into the menu model and just open this. I'll just drag this. Yeah, here it appears, and if you were to log out and go back in, you'll see the model, the new window appearing under here. Okay, so let's examine a bit of our target workflow. So when we use that script to generate, what we are generating is new workflows. So what I'm going to do is that here's an example of a workflow. Right. ASP models, you will have tabs, you will have window, blah blah blah. And the type of workflow we want to do is actually just a guide workflow. Let's see if there's any workflow we can use. No. No. Well, we are over in the system side. We can't really see any here. Let's put this on the grid view and see if we can find out one that looks, I believe that's an initial client setup. It's a process. How about client review? Okay, I will there's no sample of a workflow on this side, so what you do is you change over to the, so this is how you trace back things by looking at the application dictionary, which is a very good sample, as you see in the garden wall. And now if you want to look for workflows, I believe you can find so you have a workflow. It's called the business partner setup. You will call it up. You see that you have 1, 2, 3, 4. These are all windows. So how are they created? So we look at the model. We look at the model. So the name is business partner setup. Let's get back into the system. Business partner setup. Just remember that. So call up a workflow. There's a workflow editor to do that, I believe. So, but we'll look at that later, which will help you to draft it. No, it's not what we want. Actually, the business workflow editor helps you to create workflow very quickly too. Okay. So you have a business partner setup, right? And then you can right click and you can click on it and do things to it. Okay, but how to first generate it? You come here and you try to create a new one. You see that you know how to create that, and you need to go in to, let's go for a simple one, and you have to like create a new note right? To do that, and that is rather good, but what if you want just to create this all on the fly? This is the whole purpose. So how is this really done? Let's go back to the business partner setup. It's really very large. Let's go for something very small. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, this is good enough. So you have starting with price list schema. If we go to workflow and start to look for price list schema, let's see here. Set up price list. Is this the thing? Price list. Let's say set up price list. Could be it. Basically, set a price list is part of it here. You see, set a price list, and your price list schema, and you have to see that they match to the corresponding model here, and you see that you have to build up the nodes. Okay, so you start with business partner discount schema and so forth, price schema, and let's go deeper into it in our next video while I investigate further, and I can inform you in the next tutorial how you look at this model. But basically, it is tracing the underlying application dictionary to understand this subject matter, and then finally, I'm trying to do away all the homework with this magic Aladdin approach. Okay then, until the next one.